I am getting ready for a trip. In fact, it is my first time traveling internationally to train horses. I'm pretty busy right now. I got a lot done today so far. Got hay set up for my horses. Thank you to Sherry for feeding them while I'm gone. And currently I am editing a video for my laydown series, which is gonna have to take a couple days break because I don't know if I'm gonna have reception where I'm going. I leave to go to the airport in about 4 hours and I am not prepared or ready at all. So I'm gonna spend the next few hours rushing to get everything ready and tell you guys a little bit more about this experience along the way. Basically, these guys found me on YouTube and reached out to me last fall, and we finally set up some days for me to come out and help them with their training horses. Basically, they do horseback riding ocean tours, but they have some ideas in the works of how they're going to expand the horses on the island and their company and business, and they wanted to get some more hands-on training for the guys because they're pretty limited to their resources since there aren't many horses on the island. What they know is kind of just what they figured out along the way, so this was a really good opportunity to come in and show them some useful tools. On the very first day, they wanted to show me what their tours were like and kind of how those were managed, so I went out on one of their horses. It was one of their stallions named Geldign, who I ended up working with quite a bit the rest of the week. It was a really good assessment on how they run their business, so I could suggest some ideas for improvements and also just see what the guys are doing and how they handle the tourists and how the horses all react to everything. I really liked that I was able to see the not so touristy areas of the island and more where the locals are at. It was a really cool experience, and I am so impressed with the care of their horses and the fact that they're willing to broaden their education and have more experiences and have someone like me or other trainers come out to help them. I was able to bring my friend Andrea with me, which was great because we were able to brainstorm ideas together, and she is a barn business owner that runs a breeding and boarding facility, so she had a lot of really great ideas as far as improvement for the care of the horses and the care of the facility.
There you go.
And we got to
then she can just sit in that
ideas together and make
to
suggestions to them as far as, you know, different types of tack and different ways to put on the tack and how to adjust their feeding schedule for each horse. She came up with a personalized plan for each horse. One of the main reasons they had me out as well is because they wanted to teach a few of their horses some tricks for photo shoots. I'll talk more about the laydown later and why I chose the method to teach them that I did, but we also worked with some other horses they were having some problems with.
Until, like, I want him, yeah, that position's better. Good. And we don't want him to move his feet. So when he stands still, his telltale sign is that head of neck. You can really tell when he's up like this. So anytime he softens in it, that's when we'll go along. So don't worry about doing, so the pull release and the flexing are separate. So don't worry about pressing the pull while you're doing flexing. Yeah, I'm going to show you my position really quickly though. So my body, when I did this, like right here. So I keep my chest facing the same way and I tip that nose around to me. That way if he's moving, right I can Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Good, and release for that. That was awesome. That was good. Yeah, if he keeps his feet still and tips the nose, that's a win. See, and he's also expecting like someone to get on him right now too, which is why he's gonna keep going. So we want to teach him that when he stops, it's not over.
Most of the time when you get going in panic, you get like to put you over one tree down there to this and it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I tell you. Yeah, also sometimes you need to tie in the tree.
Like this.
Like he's tied up when we
Okay.
get on.
Look, you get like to do like this.
And hold the rope.
And
Yeah.
hold the rope and go on.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so we'll help.
Right? Say don't pull.
Good.
Relax in it.
Yeah. Good, and then just kind of pet on him up there.
Better.
Good.
Better.
Go ahead and walk again. What if we have a ground person lead him?
Yeah.
Couple steps. Let's.
I think maybe he could send a step and turn his body angle.
Like lunge out.
Ish.
I don't think.
Of course, in the 5 days that I was there for, using my normal shaping and capturing methods wasn't going to get them those results as quick as they would have liked, so I opted for the more training laydown method with the option to change it into a shaping method. And when we weren't working, we were able to enjoy the island quite a bit, which was really fun. I already wrote a blurb on this, but we did quite a bit of work on handling the foals and how to go about doing that. They do have 2 foals there currently, so we showed them a lot of handling techniques and how to make adjustments as they're going to grow up. How to wean them, how to change their halters, feeding program, how to get them the right amount of exercise, and to lead them from behind and put pressure on their hindquarter instead of their head. And by the end of the 5 days, it was pretty cool to see how much quieter they were being handled and that the foals were actually respecting kind of the space bubble instead of jumping on top of the guys.
There you go.
Good boy.
Go with you instead of to follow. There. I always keep my hand on the horse's back when they're that age.
So I showed the guys the techniques to lay them down safely with ropes and get them quietly to the ground and talk about how the breathing exercises really help them and show them how to shape it into a cue that they could use with tourists to use them
Now
for
ask her
photo
to
shoots.
halt. Don't let her turn into you. That's right. Halt.
This next clip is Golden, one of their stallions, and he was a big project working on getting him to move away from pressure instead of into it. He also likes to dive in and kind of attack people, so he actually
Add some
did
pressure
bite
to the
me
shoulder
pretty
if
good
you need
once
to.
on my arm,
Good.
and then he bit one of the workers there once
Super.
on his arm too and actually ripped his shirt, but we worked through that, so by the end of it he was a lot more respectful and the guys understood how to move the shoulders away on the horses, so he was a big success. We showed them some desensitizing techniques as well in case, you know,
Go ahead and get the bag though. Just like I was doing, you're gonna rub on the horse's neck.
And I think one of the biggest problems was a little bit of the language barrier, or they would see me do a few exercises and I'd want them to go back and do another one, but they would kind of just pick up right where I was doing
So
something.
hold the bag.
So a lot of the times
Hold the
whenever
rope
I
in
would
your
try to video, I
one
had
of your
to actually
hands
stop
and the bag
videoing
in the
so I
other
could
hand.
repeat what I was
Hang on,
doing
I'm gonna
again. Overall though, these guys are so good with the horses and they work so hard with them and they're really trying to learn everything they can. They're doing a great job. And it was really good to see them working side by side with them.
Stand straight up and don't lean over, right? Don't lean over. Just stand straight up. Stay up.
Good. And then dismount. So do that like 2 more times. Good. One more time, and then after this time you can swing over. Good.
Now you wanted me to get off?
Yeah, get on now. Okay, and then just pet him while you're up there. You feel like you can lead him, Andrea? He's gonna do his circles, but... Okay, now hold your reins a little bit more. You're not gonna have tension on him, but if she tells you to pull, then you pull. Good. There you go. And then just pet on him. Good. Good.
How about that?
That was awesome. There we go.
Tiriamo una foto adesso, me la mandi?
Try go pan him, nigga. Try go pan.
I think you want the photo. I think you want the Oh, that's beautiful. I'm gonna do that.
It smells so bad.
I don't know about you, but I couldn't eat that if you
We have to
paid
get
me.
dinner somewhere else. So we ate dinner. We had lunch, and she had to get the appetizer. And I got I ate the appetizer, all of it. And then I could only take 2 bites of my meal. And then when we got back, we had to drive somewhere so I could puke, so I could work the rest of the day. That happened to her the first day we were here.
The car, by the way, smells like an old can of tuna fish.
We didn't want to be rude and leave the food because we barely ate it, so we brought it with us thinking it was good food. It was just so hot in the middle of the day. So we figured we could have leftovers. We can't have leftovers. No. And everything's on the wrong side. So we have to drive on that side of the road and the steering wheel's on that side. He's so pretty.
Right there.
See him?
Back here is going to get really narrow, so just keep your eyes peeled in the root system. Sometimes you can see fish, but we don't have enough hands to stick out.
Oh, there's one up there. Woo! Look at him.
You want to come up for air? It's fine. Go ahead.
This is Drogon, who is very sensitive with his feet. Before they even got him, he was clearly abused. You can obviously tell by the broken ear, and on the side of his neck with his mane, it's got a huge scar, and it looks like it's in a knot star spiral shape. And he's very sensitive and protective of himself, but especially his legs. Now, he's a really good riding horse. He's calm and he's sweet. He's got a great demeanor and personality, but I wanted to make it so they were able to handle his feet, to pick them up and pick them out, and possibly even trim them one day. He keeps his feet down pretty good, so luckily he doesn't really even need a trim right now, but it is kind of a safety thing to make sure they can handle their legs. So I'm teaching them how to lead by the feet. I believe this is our second session doing it, so I'm teaching him how to go forward and to the side leading with them, and I'm also showing them how they can use a rope to be safe picking up his feet and holding them up and get him comfortable to the leg being up. I'm also giving them a few patterns to try out between touching the leg with their hand and picking up with the rope, and showing them the best way that they can make this an easier, happier experience for Drogon.
So now this time, you're going to lift up the leg and then pet the shoulder and then put it
I really liked being able to work with both of them, so I gave each of them a leg, and after I would do it, I would have them go practice it. And it really made them have to pay attention to the horse and when their muscles are relaxed and what their eye is saying, and they were working really hard and making sure they could memorize everything. But Drogon was definitely sensitive. He was kind of striking out and being really nervous about it. We didn't get footage on the first day working with him. This is the second day and it's much better. But it's basically just building that confidence and trust in the horse, because I told them that this horse is super untrusting right now and he's going to take a lot of time, but if you slow down and really listen to him, he'll come around because he wants to be sweet. He's not being aggressive towards you, he's just being defensive because of some of his past traumas.
start moving around and that leg gets hold it up though. So see, what we just taught him there is that if he pulls, he gets to put his foot down. So make sure if he pulls, you try to hold it up. Place the leg down. There you go. Good.
Good job.
Now think about where your hand is right now compared to where the rope is holding him. Yep. There you go. Good, and then relax. Let him put his leg down. That was good. Good, and then take the pressure away for a sec. Just stop moving. Go ahead and pet the shoulder again. Good. Yeah, there you go. Just a little bit. Give him a break for a few seconds. Good, and then when she goes down to her knee, then you start tapping really, really light. Good, really, really light. Good. There we go. Yep, and then get the leverage rope over. Super.
It was a super short 5 days in Turks and Caicos, but I'm really happy I was able to come out and work with all of the horses, and hopefully I'll be out here again. It was such a cool experience.